In today's video, I cover the cost of living in Prince George, BC, broken down into average salary, monthly house rent, and the cost of all your extras like groceries, entertainment, and so on. These figures should be taken with a grain of salt, given that they come from a website which just aggregates user-submitted data into the figures that I'll be using today. But nevertheless, it should give you at least a good idea of what to expect if you're planning to move to Prince George, as well as some things to consider if you're an international student looking to study here. So let's dive in. Hey guys, it's Marc Posselt here with Team Powerhouse Realty. Now that I'm beginning to have a catalog of these videos, I've started getting messages from all different parts of the world telling me that they found my videos either online or because they're planning to move here and just it happened to pop up. So recently, a common request that I've been getting is to do a cost of living video for Prince George because one doesn't exist. So I'd already planned to do this anyways, but today I guess is perfect day to combine those two. So thank you Imam from Bangladesh and Tania from Mexico specifically for reaching out to me and making the request personally. So this one's for you guys and your students. So what exactly is the cost of living? The cost of living is the amount of money needed to sustain a certain standard of living by affording basic expenses such as housing, food, taxes, and healthcare. The cost of living is often used to compare how expensive it is to live in one city versus living in another. Since the cost of living is tied to wages, if expenses are higher in a city such as Vancouver, for example, salary levels must also be higher so that people can afford to live in that city. The cost of living can be a significant factor in personal wealth accumulation because a salary can provide a higher standard of living in a city where daily expenses such as rent, food, and entertainment are less. In contrast, a high salary can seem insufficient in an expensive city such as the aforementioned Vancouver, which ranked just behind Toronto in the top 10 most expensive cities to live in Canada. Now, thankfully, for us Northerners here in Prince George, we enjoy a significantly less expensive lifestyle where a smaller salary still goes a long way. So is Prince George expensive to live? Prince George is widely known to be much more affordable living than many other places, especially when in comparison to our southern neighbors in the Vancouver and what I like to call the Greater Vancouver area, or otherwise known as the Okanagan. Prince George offers an affordable rental market that includes apartments, condos, townhouses, daylight and basement suites, as well as small to executive-sized houses. With a variety of housing options available across the city, renters can choose the neighborhood that is right for them. According to the Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation, or CMHC, the average price to rent a two-bedroom apartment in Prince George is around $921 a month. The amount a renter pays will vary based on the type of accommodation and, of course, where it's located. A person working in Prince George typically nets around $3,633 per month after tax, which easily covers the estimated total living cost of $1,983 for one person. Other costs will be around $1,060, including groceries, transportation, restaurants, and sports and leisure for a single person. For those wondering what some expected prices for goods and services are, I have a printout of those and I've highlighted some of them to give just a quick breakdown of what those are. Now keep in mind, these figures are not official from the city, but rather a summation of user-submitted data, so some of these figures may be off a bit. So I'll just run through them real quick. Rents, like I said, at two bedrooms, about $921. Basic utilities, which is your electricity, heating, cooling, water, and garbage, that's about $212. Your internet for a 60 megabyte down cable or DSL, that's around $77. For transportation, a one-way ticket is about $250. A monthly pass is around $60. Gas is about $1.27 a liter, depending, of course, if you go with regular or premium. Food for a cheap meal is about 20 bucks. Two people mid-range meal is $62. Gym monthly membership is around $60. Now, childcare is something that most people are definitely interested in. For preschool or kindergarten, for a full day, private, for 1 month, and for one kid, it's $708. And for international private school, yearly for one child, that's $16,500. So the following is also some information for international students to be aware of when it comes to extra associated costs, as well as housing and employment opportunities. A few things to keep in mind for international students is that there are a number of documents that you need also to enter and study in Canada. You're responsible for maintaining your immigration status and complying with immigration regulations while you're here. Most students require a passport as well as a study permit, which is a document that the school issues that allows foreign nationals to study at designated learning institutions in Canada. All international students in programs longer than 6 months need a valid study permit. Additionally, citizens of certain countries require a TRV or a temporary resident visa. So now let's briefly cover the intricacies of the College of New Caledonia and then the University of Northern British Columbia as it pertains to international students. Last year, the College of New Caledonia's Board of Governors approved a 2% increase to the school's tuition for domestic students and a 3% hike for international students and mandatory fees for the 2020-2021 academic year. The 2% hike is in line with those other BC colleges have been approving, and CNC has not increased international tuition fees since August of 2016. With that in mind, full-time domestic students in either the university, transfer, or business programs will pay $2,830 or about $55 more than this year, and international students in the same programs will pay $12,308, which is up $358. Once in Prince George, housing options for international students through CNC include their homestay program or living on campus at their CNC residence. The homestay program offers students the opportunity to live with a Canadian family. A private bedroom will be given to them, but they will share the rest of the house with their host family. One advantage of choosing homestay is the ability for the student to improve their English skills quickly. Host families communicate with students only in English, and your language skills will definitely increase quickly in such an environment. The homestay program also gives you a chance to learn more about the community and Canadian culture in a supportive family. Host families are interested about learning about you and will ensure that you are comfortable and well taken care of. So let's touch on CNC fees. The homestay placement fee is $200. Rent is paid directly by the students to the host family on the first of the month at a rate of $800 a month. If the student arrives before the first of the month, the rent will be prorated from the date of arrival, and the average is about $27 a day. Additionally, an $800 damage deposit to the college is also payable in advance. This will be refunded when the student leaves, provided all the bills and expenses are paid, proper notice has been given, and no damage has been caused to the home. Now at UNBC, from what I can tell, most course and program tuitions are around 40% higher for international students, although I did notice a few programs such as the Special Education Graduate Certificate and for master's students who are extending their degree by a year. The increase is more like 15 to 17%. Something else I noticed that was present in pretty much every course breakdown were two fees that only international students had to pay. There was a service fee for $220 per 4-month period or semester. That was medical insurance for the international students, as well as an international student fee of $125, which I wasn't able to find any details on. Additionally, I did see an international application fee of $153, which brings our total to $335 per extra semester, as well as that $153 one-time admission fee. I assume it's one time. Now, another question I got was about student employment once they're here. Now, I won't go into too much detail on this as there is a lot to cover, and in the interest of saving time, I provided a link in the video description below that is a portal to find out more information regarding employment opportunities. But I will point out something that happens annually, and that is the CNC's Northworks Career Fair, which is hosted in partnership with UNBC. Exhibitors from all over the country attend to promote employment opportunities and connect with some of the best and brightest students that Northern BC has to offer. So that's one great source of employment options and networking. Another thing I wanted to touch on in Prince George is its crime statistics. Now, per capita, Prince George used to reign at the very top of the rankings there for quite a while in the past. But as of 2020, we've moved down into the 14th position overall and the 19th in regards to violent crime. A look at the breakdown of what crimes are committed and most frequently shows us that fraud, impaired driving or DUIs, breaking and entering, and of course assault are the main offenders. For those that remember it, bum fights may not have started here in Prince George, but any ambitious person with a camera and a little bit of time to kill could find enough footage to start a Northern BC segment if they were out at the right time of day. But for context, I lived basically in the worst part of town for 2 years in the early 2000s while I was attending CNC myself, and I had no issues. So as with anywhere, a little bit of common sense will serve you well and keep you safe. Now obviously there are many other factors to consider when deciding to move to and study in a new city, but the items I covered in today's video should give you a solid foundational understanding of what it costs to live here in Prince George. And with that, it's a wrap. If you enjoyed today's content and would like to support my channel, then the easiest way to do that is to hit the subscribe button down below, turn on the bell notifications so that you're notified every time I drop a new video, which for anyone that's new here, is every Monday morning, and of course creating a discussion and dialogue in the comments section down below. Now stop watching these videos, go outside, enjoy the sunshine while it lasts. However, if it's raining, which it's supposed to in a couple days, then what better time to check out some of the other videos which can be found over here to my left, your right, as they do cover a lot of other topics and in and around Prince George. Whew, really nailed that outro. Have a great day, guys.